Welcome to the Canberra Road Trip series.
We've spent the last week making our way from Melbourne to Canberra in our little home on wheels. And like all of our road trips, it's been a roller coaster.
We have been hailed on.
Such a busy road. Oh my God, here he comes again. This is the heaviest the rains have been. And of course it's right when we have to get back up and down this crazy windy road.
Stop moving.
Please, everyone help me.
Stop moving. Disc golf went well. Today's gone so good.
Today we finally arrive in Canberra and we've only got 24 hours to squeeze in as much as possible. So let's do this. Good morning. From inside of a cupboard somewhere in, yes, Victoria, in the Caravan park. I know the lighting's really weird right here, but you'll just have to deal with it because today is a very special day. I know I said that the other day, but today is also a very special day and one of the most exciting for me parts of this road trip. I cannot wait to share it with you. First, we have to pack up and get on the road. I'm so excited. We just finished breakfast at Trader & Co. in Yaz. It was very aesthetic. We got just our basic bacon egg roll, feta, avo, toast.
Super friendly staff. Very friendly aesthetic.
Friendly aesthetic?
Yeah, super friendly staff. Very wholesome aesthetic. Everything looked great. I got the large. Large it was not.
I told him he should have asked like what their sizes looked like because I feel like every cafe is like you never know what their sizes are and then you get blindsided, which he was. But I think like with him as well, when he says large, he wants it like a supersized slushy size. That's large. Nothing will be able to quench his thirst.
You're right. Like I do want to be like that goth chick from NCIS. Just the biggest cup of coffee in the world. What was her name?
Abby.
You guys know the one. I'd love to have an Abby-sized coffee every day. But I get it. You can't expect that. But when I say I want a large iced coffee, a jar of peanut butter ain't it, bruh.
Anyway, we just finished. They also sell like grains and stuff in there. On the door it said like wholesome food, community, like that's the kind of vibe they're going for. And they definitely have that vibe in there. It's like a cutesy little small town kind of vibe. So yeah, we just wrapped up there and now we are getting on the road.
We'll see when we get there.
I'm so excited, you guys.
Oh my God, are we gonna make it our thumbnail? Oh my God, that's a spoiler.
We'll find out. We can't make it our thumbnail. It's just gonna have to, because the thumbnail is getting to Canberra today.
Oh yeah.
And there's just an exciting thing that's happening.
Yeah, but it's not just the exciting thing, it's the exciting thing. It's like the peak of excitement in my life.
You can tell Jamie's very excited.
I'm so excited, you guys.
All right. We're going to it, and you'll find out about it when we get there.
When we see you next, we will be doing the thing that I'm so excited to do. But for now, we're going to go listen to Serial podcast. Okay, bye. True crime time.
You can't imagine Jay doing what he said he did, or why he would lie about something so huge.
We've made it. Oh guys, I'm so excited.
It was time to throw on a fun shirt for a very fun occasion.
We are currently here at the BLACKWATTLE Alpaca farm. And I can see them right over there, and I love them so much already. And we're gonna meet them and go on a hand feeding tour.
Yes, it's not just come to the farm and have a look over the fence like it was with the Highland Kills. This is get in there in the pen or the farm or the paddock that they are in and give them a feeding and have a meet and greet with the alpacas.
Yes.
Which is so cool and fun.
Yeah, so they have a mixture of different tours that are available on their website, but we picked the 30-minute hand feeding tour. I think they have a 45-minute interactive tour as well, but I'm just so excited. We just browsed the gift shop, and they just have so many products in there, beanies, hats, little pom-poms, like blankets, like everything, and so it's all made with the alpaca fur. Is it fur? Mm-hmm. And yeah, it all just looks so soft and plush, and I just wanted to get one of everything. But yeah, this is just such a different experience for us, and I'm so glad that it was on the way to Canberra, because I definitely would have driven an hour out of the way just to come here, but we didn't have to. It was like right off the road after Yes. So I'm really excited. Our tour is in a little bit, so we're going to do some exploring around. The flies are on another level today. It's like the weather's cooled down, but they've cooled up. They are out of control.
They are loving the moisture from yesterday.
We are going to meet up with our tour guide, Joe. I just am so excited. Any animal interaction is just like so exciting to me, and it just fills my heart with so much joy, especially places that like are properly taking care of the animals. I always have that in the back of my mind when we are doing things that involve animals, because I know there's a lot of places out there that just aren't looking after the animals. These guys are really loved on here, so I'm just happy to support businesses like this. And I'm just so excited. My heart's gonna burst and explode in half right now. He's not as excited as me.
My heart's not going to burst with happiness and tears, but I'm excited.
Mine is gonna burst for both of us. Should I wear glasses? Is that good?
Yes, you should, because then you can see them clearly.
I know, but...
You want to remember this forever.
Okay, I'll wear glasses. I just want them to think I'm cool. What's the difference between an alpaca and a llama?
Yeah. So they're all within the camelid family, so same as camels.
Okay.
Yeah,
The way their mouth's moving is different than camels.
So they've only got teeth on their bottom jaw as well, so that's why they're kind of cud-chewy. So what you can see here is you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 llamas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 alpacas.
Okay, wow.
Right? Now the llamas are the bigger animals.
Right.
But also, the llamas have a very, very different ear. So we often say banana llama.
Right, okay.
Because they've got banana-shaped ears. So if you look at all these guys, see this guy's pointing towards us now, this is Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
See how his ears are very much like that?
Right,
and right next to him, you've got an alpaca, and it's got much smaller kind of peak.
All in the ears. This is Joe, our tour guide for today.
Hello!
G'day, Joe.
Nice, nice. So that's Caramella, I think. They've just had their hair cut, as you can see. They've had their annual shearing.
Hello.
Now that you will get a little bit bombarded because you've got the green bucket, so just head on in.
Okay.
Hello. Oh, hello.
And you know those pesky flies I was raging on about earlier? Yeah, well, one flew straight into my mouth right around here.
Hi.
You've just been engulfed in the
Right,
center.
let me just scratch some of them for you. So you might have heard that alpacas and llamas are a bit spitty. They will generally only spit at each other.
Oh, sorry, piece of the... I just saw a bug.
Welcome to the farm.
I was like, something just...
Welcome to the
That's
farm.
a bug.
Oh, nice.
When you want to touch them, if you want to touch them, you touch them on their neck.
Okay.
They're not big fans of...
On the back of the neck?
Back of the
On the
neck.
back and sides is fine. When you get closer, you can see the real size difference between the llamas like Star-Lord here.
So I'm trying to look at the ears. Hello, sweetie. Hello. Do you want to?
So the spitting will most likely be at each other if they get too crowded around the food source. It's just a competitive thing. But if you do happen to catch any on this farm, we call it glitter.
Oh, some glitter. I love that.
It's a privilege.
A bit of farm glitter.
Yeah, a bit of farm glitter. It's a bit like being food on by a
looking
bird.
through it for the good bits.
Yeah, they love that cracked lupin.
Yeah. These ones are like, oh, no, I don't want.
Nah.
That's not my
They
feed.
haven't got.
So this is an alpaca.
That's an alpaca.
Yeah.
Yep, that's right.
And then that one is...
This is a llama.
Wow.
So alpacas are predominantly used as fleece animals. They are also
Right.
used for their meat. And llamas are very much a pack animal, so very much
Right.
used for carrying.
You want some more?
Hello. What's this one? This is Aquaman. So named because the day he was born on the edge of the dam up there, and he rolled into the dam. And my boss had to go and rescue him.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. You're not hungry, you're not hungry.
They're so tall. Wow.
That was kind of adorable.
The head gets
So can you tell the difference? Hi.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just a defense mechanism. It's them telling each other, piss off, this is my bowl.
Aquaman's not sharing with anyone.
This is Ghost Rider. Hello, Ghost Rider. Over here is Frescati, who's actually our friendliest llama usually. Frescati. Frescati. Hello.
They feel so strong.
Yeah, they are very, very strong
Wow.
animals.
Your neck is like straight muscle.
Have you ever felt a camel's neck?
No.
So camel's neck, you can feel these big ridge muscles coming up either
Right.
side, and you can actually feel them in these guys. They're just not quite as developed, which makes for a very lean meat if you do butcher
Yeah.
them, but it's not really a meat industry that's taken off in Australia.
A llama alpaca experience. Amazing. 10 out of 10. It's just the best. I mean, look at where I am. I mean, I did eat a fly on arrival, but you know, it's like, what do you expect? You gotta really immerse yourself.
Who's your favorite llama?
Oh, I love all of them. But I love how persistent Aquaman has been.
Daddy, just slowly up to the neck.
Okay.
What else have you got, buddy? Come on. Yeah, so they're just like, oh, they've forgotten me.
We have you on our phone camera right now, so if the quality has diminished, not like our other camera was that high quality. Anyway, we just finished up our alpaca experience. I'm still recovering from swallowing a bug. Well, I didn't swallow it unless there was more than one, but it just
Probably
went.
more than one.
It was right as she was pouring the food into the bucket. I just felt something, and I thought it was a piece of the hay.
Yeah.
And it wasn't. It was a bug. After I coughed it up, and I realized it was a bug. Yeah. That was my least favorite part of it. Everything else was 10 out of 10. I didn't know what to expect.
Same.
But I wish that I knew to wear like clothes that you're happy to get dirty in.
Yep.
Because Doug got covered.
Destroyed. Destroyed. And apparently it gets way worse than that.
Yeah.
So Joe, who ran our experience for us, was awesome. Very fun.
Yeah.
Very friendly. But yeah, telling us like, just, you know, every job has got that story of this one time. And just people getting completely covered head to toe with the alpaca's spit. And they spit at each other. The problem is,
you're in the middle of them spitting at each other.
Yeah.
Like, it's never really directed at you.
no,
But
you're getting it.
you're in the middle of it. Like, Doug still has some in his ear.
Oh, God.
Look.
Oh, God.
All in all, it is a great experience. I would definitely go again. They have so many cool things in the shop. Like, you can go get a coffee, get a tea. The cafe's there. Ask any questions that you want. Although, like, I always feel like the questions never come to my mind when I'm in the moment. And then after, I'm like I was saying, I just love any animal encounter. So I know that this meant way more to me than Doug.
It's really great fun. I would absolutely recommend it to everyone, but especially you animal lovers out there. When you're the kind of person that drives past a sheep or a cow or alpaca or a llama, you go, oh, you got to try this. You will absolutely love this.
Yeah. But definitely bring clothes that you're happy to not get dirty in. And I would plan it for a day that's not too hot. You don't want to be there when it's too hot, obviously, if it's downpouring. Like, find like a nice, like, autumn breezy kind of day, and you'll be just fine. But yeah, come out here and support this place. They're doing such a good job. It's so pretty, so well maintained. They're doing awesome, and the staff is amazing. So
thank you, Joe.
Thanks again, Joe.
BLACKWATTLE
We will
Alpaca
be
Farm.
back.
Thank you. We now press on to our final destination of the road trip, office work.
We ran out of storage on our camera, so we're trying to sort that out behind the scenes. That's why we're on our phone. But back on the road. And goodbye to the llama alpacas.
To Canberra.
Manifestation works, guys, okay? We started from the bottom, now we're here. Now there's real ones in this field right here. Started from the bottom, now we're here. And just like that, we crossed over from endless rolling hills and farmland to a city that seemed to have popped out of nowhere.
We made it to our last big thing on the road trip, which is the big parcel. And much like the big shovel, it's not very big, is it? It's not very big, you know? The irony is it's right across the road from the Australian Post building, so it's probably just another parcel that's been left behind. I think this could pass as a regular parcel, to be honest.
I don't know, I would be really happy if I got a parcel that big coming to my door. The thing that I'm realizing about Canberra is I'm so used to Melbourne's grid city, and there's lots of circles going around this city. And I think it feels really weird being in a city after being out in the farmland all day, all week. And now we're just dropped into the middle of an actual city. Like, we're not in Wagga Wagga anymore.
Yeah, we're in a capital city. It's definitely, like a culture shock.
It's like drop shock.
Yeah, it is a bit of drop shock, considering we've been on farmlands for 5 days straight. Now we're just dead center in the city.
It's a weird feeling. We are officially in Canberra, and as we were pulling in, I saw this building and it really reminded me of Melbourne. And then I saw it said Melbourne building on it, and I was like, what is going on right now? And they have these two buildings. One's the Melbourne building and one's right next to it, the Sydney building. I don't know if there's other ones, but it really reminds me of Queen Vic Market, like food shopping district, where you can kind of like peruse around, little pubs and stuff like that. It really makes me feel like I'm like back in Melbourne right now. I really got confused at first.
Kind of interesting how the whole building setup is separated as the Melbourne building and the Sydney building, and the whole point of Canberra is that this city exists because Melbourne and Sydney couldn't pick which one was their capital. And even when it comes down to what seems to be their oldest centralist shopping district, still holds that spirit of we're not really sure which way this city belongs. However, considering that the ACT is in New South Wales, I think Sydney can claim the win.
Congratulations, Sydney. Our plan for today is to honestly grab our bearings with Canberra. You know, we're not going to be able to do everything we want to do in Canberra in one day, so we already know there's going to be a trip back to Canberra at some point, but I want to walk around and really get a vibe of this city. So far, there's a lot of buses. I don't know what street we're on right now, but it smells amazing. It has all these Japanese, Malaysian, Asian inspired dishes, and it just smells so good, and I just want to pop in each and every one of them to eat all of the food. Like, oh.
This one does smell damn good.
This one smells so good. Malatang, I don't know what that is.
I want to find out.
Building a food utopia. I'm here for it. Sign me up. So we just grabbed some sushi at this little spot on the corner, Mi's Sushi, and the chicken is still warm. That is how quick they were flying off the shelves. It was so little in there, so you kind of had to squeeze in. But we both got a chicken avo, and literally she had to go in the back and whip these up because they were flying off the shelf.
Nothing like fresh sushi.
And like proper slice of avocado on there. The chicken just looks so fresh. Will it be better than Sushi Hub?
Smells very
My
fresh.
favorite sushi in Melbourne, Sushi Hub. It smells like way more freshly made. And Sushi Hub's freshly made. Alright, here we go. These definitely are more expensive than Sushi Hub. $4.80 per piece of sushi.
Jesus. You can tell they were quickly thrown together.
Yeah. Wow. Holy shit.
I can see why that place was so busy. I can see why the line was pumping through the door.
Oh my god.
That is incredibly fresh and soft chicken. Incredibly.
It's like they're using the same chicken that goes on their Karikatsu. Oh,
I get it.
I think it's better than Sushi Hub.
I get it, Canberra. I get it.
The breading on the chicken, it has so much flavor in it. I could eat the chicken on its own. That's so good. I get it. I would say that, I don't know if it's because the chicken was like freshly cooked and is so delicious and it's still warm, but this is better than Sushi Hub. Never thought I'd see it today.
I agree. This is better than Sushi Hub. And Sushi Hub is the best.
Sushi Hub is the GOAT.
What a crazy bounce for just a hole-in-the-wall sushi place.
All right, to the car.
Now, before we explore too much of the city centre, we just popped outside of Canberra about 20 minutes to see if we can find some nice big views of this city.
And of course the rain has joined us.
I'm not even going to bother trying to fight this weather anymore.
So apparently this trail is home to the golden sun moth, which is a critically endangered species of moths, and it said it was a day-flying moth. So it says keep to the trails so that we can help protect this moth. But I hope that we see one. I've got my Kmart raincoat back on. It's only spitting rain, so I think it should protect me. But if we have another downpour, we already know if you watch the other video, this ain't gonna do nothing.
Monterey Hill Lookout. We just wanted to explore the path to see, how far away the lookout was. Apparently the walk is 1 to 1.5 hours and we want to enjoy as much time as we can in the CBD of Canberra. But we thought that this would be a pretty cool spot to come to see if we get some sweeping views of the landscape of Canberra. Now, looking up ahead, there is 1 ridgeline, 2 ridgeline, 3 ridgelines off in the distance. And I believe them. If it says 1 to 1.5 hours of walking, in the rain, who knows? It could take us 1.5, 2 hours of walking. So I think exploring the path right now is enough for us. But yeah, we might not be tackling the lookouts today.
No, not with this rain coming down on us. Back to the city.
I will say this though, if you're looking for somewhere to hike or somewhere to walk, there is lots of great walking trails in this entire area. So if you're in the mood, if you're in the Canberra region and you're feeling like a bit of a hike, this place might be one to check on your list.
All right, next stop. We haven't quite made it right back into the city, but we have stopped, I think it's like halfway from where we were at the lookout to the CBD, but this feels like this is the place to be for the tourists. It's got everything. It's got pubs, ice cream, it has a zoo, a reptile zoo, a aviary, it has a dinosaur museum. Like, this is the place to be. There's a servo, you could get alcohol, there's so many cafes, family-friendly pub. Like, I feel like they built like a mini tourism Canberra right outside of the city of Canberra. I don't get it, but I like it. It's like everything all in one spot. Like, you could walk around it all. I don't know, but there's a possibility that we could be feeding some birds. So excitement is high.
We've decided, because we are so spoilt with our camping adventures, we do get to see a lot of birds. So we're gonna hit up the reptile zoo first.
Doug doesn't really like reptiles, by the way.
Nope.
I like reptiles. We had a pet snake growing up.
Which then led to them having a pet mouse called Lucky.
Oh, that is. God, I hope they treat them well in here. What do you think?
I think they do.
What's that? Whoa! We got a biggie boy.
Jamie's getting a freebie in.
Hi! Oh!
Oh, there's actually, we've caught something going on here down the back of the zoo.
This is X-rated.
G'day, you two.
This one looks so real.
He is real.
No, it's not.
Can't touch his nose then.
No.
He's not real, touch his nose.
No, it's too real.
Can't touch his nose. This is surprising but cool. In this room they have some open exhibits. I can see them now.
You can reach your hand in and pet them. Are you gonna do it?
No? Yes. How's a crocodile?
Oh.
It's like a whole crocodile right here.
What the hell?
Let's check this out.
My new larger home is under construction.
That makes sense because it's in a very small tank. They're building a bigger tank for the croc. That's right here. So this was their last crocodile. He misbehaved, so...
No. Stop. Look at his eyes. I want to touch his teeth so bad. They're just sticking out on his... I just want to...
It's literally got spikes on its neck.
Yeah,
Like
he's
they're
a dinosaur.
Designed to be scary looking.
They're dinosaurs. He's just chilling. Oh, I'm going to touch these guys. Blue tongues. Oh my god, that scared me.
Oh.
Jump scare. Hey, dude. Wow. Oh! Why aren't you touching them?
Oh, I'm good. Yeah.
I caught one of these actually in my backyard once.
In Australia?
The dog, yeah, the dog was barking. I put it in my back seat so I could take it out of the backyard.
Yeah.
I put it in a shoebox and I brought him to a big field.
Oh, nice.
But he was hissing because the dog was barking at it.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Big boy. Who knew today was going to be filled with so much animal encounters?
So many animals. They're very active, aren't they?
Yeah. He wants you to touch him.
Do you want a pat? Are you gonna bite my hair?
Doug is terrified of snakes, by the
I
way.
don't like snakes. And you look like a snake, but you've got arms.
Whoa.
You're really
He's
coming at me. How do you like this? I'm gonna have nightmares tonight.
The eyes are so intimidating. When it comes above the water, the film just opens. It's so...
I'm getting away from that crocodile. These are the kind of reptiles for me.
Fish.
Yeah, it's a lot better. Can I touch them?
Fish.
Yeah. Though these ones are a little bit big, to be honest. These ones are a little intimidating.
Alright, no one jump out. He's sleepy.
Oh, he's coming for you.
Oh, hey, mate.
He's coming for you. He wants to be on YouTube. I appreciate all of this and being able to touch the animals, but this seems like a very easy escape for this guy. This guy's getting out of there like that if he wants. He's crawling on this and he's jumping across. No problem.
He's making a great escape.
I can see him doing the math already.
I just almost crapped myself. I walked over, and this is on the ground. This is a boa constrictor, and I used to have a pet one of them. Well, my brother did growing up. This is how big they can get. It escaped out of its cage and was lost in the house for like 2 months, and they found it in the radiator under my bed. He's fine. He's harmless.
Source, the one that is responsible for the most deaths, is in what I like to call the DJ Adventures Hot Zone, the area where we most frequently travel. Great.
The inland taipan carries the most toxic venom of any land snake known both in Australia and the rest of the world. However, it poses little threat to most people simply because most people don't live where this snake lives.
So the only thing saving the human race from this snake is that we leave it alone.
Yeah, on the desolate black soil and Giver Plains of the central, so they're like in the desert.
Near no hospitals.
Yeah.
The most deadly snake lives.
Its alternative common name, the fierce snake, is quite inappropriate for a snake noted for its laid-back, placid temperament. In fact, any aggressive labels attached to snakes are misguided. It simply isn't in their nature.
Don't give me that. Don't give me that live and let live crap. It's the deadliest thing on the planet, mate.
He's got slits for eyes. Slytherin.
Harry Potter. Slytherin. Alright, final thoughts and feelings of the Canberra Reptile Zoo.
I wish that, I always feel this way anytime I have gone in the past to like animal exhibits. I always just wish that the exhibits were bigger because I always wonder if it's enough room for them.
Yep.
And that's how I felt with a lot of them here.
Yep.
Which we said about the croc, but
Yep.
they're building a bigger one. But yeah.
They too said that about their own crocodile.
So yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was cool to see a lot of those animals up close, especially the snakes. I always like feel so underprepared for snakes as someone who goes out camping as often as we do. I feel like I need to up my knowledge about snakes and you know,
snake bites.
yeah, and
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff. So and I just appreciate reptiles and snakes. Like I think they're so beautiful and like strong, and they're just all muscle. I don't know.
Yeah.
They always fascinate me.
Yeah. As someone who doesn't have a deep love for reptiles,
Has strong hatred, I would say.
yeah, despising, really. Anything that slithers underneath the carpet of the bush and then jumps around your ankle and murders you, I do not like the idea of that animal. That's a snake. And we have the most deadly snake in the world. I think I have a reason to not like snakes. Anyway, my strong dislike for snakes aside, that reptile zoo is really good. Really, really good. I think
It's great for kids, I think.
it's great for kids.
It's not massive.
It's not massive, it's small. We got through it in half an hour, really easy, don't feel like we missed anything. I really appreciate the fact that they do have exhibits where you can get your hand in there and touch them. I appreciate the fact that they're trying to make bigger exhibits for some of their bigger animals like the crocodile. And value for money, like $20 and you can see a live crocodile right there.
Yeah.
You know? I think it's great. I think
Yeah.
it's definitely worth a stop by. If you got kids and they're interested in reptiles, or you got a big kid and she's interested in reptiles, take her there, you'll have a great time.
I hope that they put the money that we paid towards bigger exhibits.
Yeah, just keep growing the exhibits. Ducks, you've got to get away from that. Keep going this way. The aviary is over here. The crocodile in a cage is over there. Oh my god, it's a whole family. They're not going to make it. There are snakes in cages in that direction. Turn around. Jamie doesn't play with tarot card readings. She gets the heebie-jeebies around stores like that. You want to go do a tarot card reading?
No, thank you.
Why not?
No, it's not for me. It's just, no offense to anyone that likes that stuff. My best friend loves that stuff. It ain't for me, okay? I'm not you.
She doesn't want to know. Let life happen, she says. Love this exhibit. They've got the big giant heads of all the former prime ministers of Australia, so you can like just squelch up toilet paper and just lob them at them. That's really good. They've got them all at perfect level. So I think the game is you just chuck your favorite object at whatever face you dislike the most.
No, that's not the game. We gotta go. I'm in heaven. Is anyone else like a gummy person? Like gummy, anything gummy, I'm a sucker for. Where are my people in the comments? Look at this poop. New memory unlocked.
What is it?
It's gum. Powdered gum.
Oh, that's cool.
So you open it and it turns into gum.
That's really cool.
It's like a little laundry.
Yeah, laundry detergent gum.
Yeah.
It's sneaky.
Almost $6 for that. We used to get these for like 50 cents. But they're like little like bead thingy.
Hey, yeah, I got you a puppy.
Is this a Tucker box? A puppy in a Tucker box.
Yeah.
Inside.
I know, it's the whole trip culminating.
Oh my goodness. Who remembers these? Gum, but the wrapper is a temporary tattoo. Super tattoos. We're getting some of these. We were really looking forward to going to see this place because it reminded me of something I saw in the UK, the Cotswolds, where they have like the miniature buildings of the suburb. But the price got us, so we're walking back to the van.
Not just the price, but also the time as well. It's going to close at 5. We're cutting a little bit thin to pay full admission for it, so $25 per person. Now, I want to remind you, seeing a live crocodile and touching live animals was $20 per person, but I don't hold that against them.
Yeah, but I really wanted to see that one, so I was willing to just fork up the cash for it.
I think if we could spend a few more hours there getting videos of everything, I think this is something that is going to go back on our we need to see it again one more time list. I just don't want to squeeze it in for 40 minutes before we close, you know?
Yeah, for $50, and we could spend that on a round of drinks to end the day.
Yeah. We have made it after 7 days in the van, 6 days in the van.
Welcome to Canberra.
We have made it to the centre of Australia's government housing, Parliament House. That was a hell of a road trip.
It's just so fascinating to me that this city is just surrounded by these gorgeous mountains. It's just like 360, 10 minutes up the road, and you feel like you're so far from a big city, but it's right here. And then look, you can see the parking. The setup is just so aesthetically pleasing.
It is. I think that's one of the fascinating things about Canberra, the fact that it was a city that was designed on a map by architects to be a city. It's not a natural city that just happened, which is probably why it has these big circular flowing roads, and why something like this, we're right here, we're at the front doors of Parliament, and then it has this beautiful long stretch that looks all the way down to the Australian War Memorial and the Remembrance Centre. It is one of those fascinating cities that is just so visually appealing and modern. And being here right at closing time when there are not a lot of tourists here, it does have a very eerie and quiet feeling. It feels like we have made it a very long way on our road trip. This is how not populated Canberra feels. This is how much it feels like we're still in the bush in a nature reserve. We're not truly in the city yet. Parliament House is covered by little rabbits.
Everywhere.
Covered by them.
So many. There's so little.
They don't seem that bothered at all. The babies are a bit jittery, but they really don't seem that... The adults really don't care.
Babies. They're getting so scared by the cars.
There's rabbits on Parliament House.
Wow.
Yeah, there's a bunch of bunnies crawling all over it.
The views. The views, I can't say it enough.
It is
The higher
stunning.
you get up this little hill on the side, the mountains just come out even more.
Stunning. Oh, there's a cafe at the top.
And you can see the water.
Yeah. Oh, that looks amazing. Just for reference, guys, this is how empty it is today. That's what happens when you come and visit the government after 5 p.m. on a Friday. Nobody working those hours.
When we arrived here at Parliament House, the boom gate was open in the parking area. And so we just drove through. And now we're trying to leave and the boom gate's down on the exit. And we had to call security for help. And they're like, you have to go get say you lost your ticket. And then, so now we're pulling back in to park. And Doug's like, I wonder how much they're going to charge us for this. We've only been here for literally 15 minutes. The first half hour is free. And now we might get charged.
I bet they'll go full whack. I'll bet they'll go full.
Security has said that it's at the entrance of Parliament. We're on a wild goose hunt now trying to find this ticket booth so we can get out. There's nothing that they can do to get us out of here. At our shopping center back home, it automatically scans your license plate and it automatically detects how long you've been in there. And you're telling me Parliament House doesn't have the technology to do that?
Plan is now to go as deep into Parliament House as I can until somebody stops me or I find a ticket booth. And then when somebody stops me, I'll get them to redirect me to the ticket booth.
White ticket booth. There it is. On the other side. We're parked all the way over there. And it's here.
$21. You got me again, government. You got me again. Good on ya.
That's the round of beers.
Good on you. Well played, ATO.
Oh, come on in. Boom gate's open.
Boom gate's open. Come right in. Fucking got you, Douglas. Got ya.
We were here for 30 minutes. 30 minutes. This is what we paid.
I'm adding this to the list, government, of why I hate you. This is going on the list, and it's a long list. Unbelievable.
Now we can go to the brewery.
There's this intersection that we've had to come through twice now in Canberra. It's just off the main strip, and it does my bloody head in. It is just 4 corners of a road meeting together with pedestrians all through the centre. It's like there should be a roundabout in the middle of it, but it's just, hey, everyone meet up here at the exact same time. Who is giving way to who? I don't know.
There's no crosswalk. There's no little. There's no wait to cross. It's just cross. It's just. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. It's just madness. Oh, and I spilt sauce on my shirt at the brewery. I've been trying so hard to keep this sweater clean. As you can see, I'm taking a little piece of Canberra home with me. Also, my throat has not been the same since I swallowed that bug. I've just been coughing non-stop all day long. It feels like, is it still in there? Is there still a fly in my throat? 10 out of 10 don't recommend that. Or flies flown in your throat before. How long till your throat felt normal again? Tipsy DJ. Oh, I thought this was someone behind me. I'm like, who's in the van? We just left the Bent Spoke Brewing Co. And the vibe was like Friday night at a brewery. It was popping in there. We almost couldn't find a seat. But we found one. We went upstairs. Service, quick, in and out. They're like, here, order upstairs. Hot chips, big serving. Loved that.
Really good hot chips.
The fly. The fly.
It was 8 hours ago.
The fly.
I got a pale ale, which was something different for me, and it was delicious.
Yeah, something real different, huh?
Jamie got 4 beers.
4 beers? He says I got 4 beers like I got 4 beers. I got a flight, or a paddle, as they call it here in Australia. You say it the American way now. Yeah. He was like, do you have flights? And she's like, what? No. And I'm like, Doug, it's a paddle here. And he's like, paddle. And I'm like, I forgot which one was like the American term and which one was it.
That's what it's happened to me.
I don't know.
Yeah, I know. Well, I don't know. It's paddle in Australia.
It's paddle in Australia and a beer flight in America. So anyways, I got 4 different samples. I got an IPA, of course. I got a hazy pale ale, of course. And then I tried 2 different ones. One was a Zappa, which was like straight up Jack Daniels. Like it was like they made a beer, but it was made in like a cask that was from Jack Daniels, because it like straight up tasted like they put a shot of Jack Daniels in there. Maybe they did. Maybe they did.
But it didn't taste like beer. That's the thing. It didn't taste like beer with a shot of Jack Daniels. It tasted like bubbly Jack Daniels. And here's the thing. I've thought about this more since you've had that. Oh. Jack Daniels tastes bad. That's why you drink it with ice and with Coca-Cola. No one drinks a tall glass of Jack Daniels, and no one drinks a frothy Jack Daniels. Imagine if you will. I'm not done. Imagine if you will a frothy tall glass of Jack Daniels with no ice. That's what they served up to us and called bespoke.
No, Bent Spoke. He's had 1 drink, so he's just a psychopath.
Don't ruin beer.
Anyway, we had a good time. It was a good wind down to the end of this series, and we finally got to the destination city. I do want to come back, but we'll talk more about that during the outro, because this is not the outro, even though it feels like the outro, but it's not the outro because we're going to camp. Okay, bye. But not the outro, bye.
We should have 1 or 2 drinks for the live stream. Like just 1 or 2.
This is not the outro, but I know it sounds like the outro because I just said bye. But it's not the outro, bye. It's just like a neutral bye.
We're getting close to the end of the series, so we're warming up for the outro.
No, we're not. This is never ending, okay? This is never... It's the fly. Kitty swallowed a fly. And I don't know why she swallowed the fly. You guys know that song?
She swallowed the fly to get the cat.
Canberra has an underground McDonald's drive-thru. Like, it looks like a car park. Oh, shit. Sorry, guys. Hold on. Doug's new name for the big parcel, the big scam. He's so mad.
They're not big.
That was a big parcel.
Dude, that was a fridge. A fridge could have come in the size of that. Nothing should be on a map as the big thing when something that exists of that size could be delivered to you. A couch or a fridge would be that size. Do not call it a big parcel when it is just white goods in a box left on the street.
Catch the fly. I don't know why she swallowed a fly. I don't like this version.
Perhaps she'll die.
Perhaps she'll die. Like, what the fuck? I know an old lady who swallowed a fly. She's gonna probably die.
What a nursery.
I know. Why are we singing this to kids? This is the app Doug's been using to check the level.
It's not level.
The other one was this level, and you said it's perfect.
No, it's leaning.
All right, so we just got to camp. Doug did not know where we were staying. I booked this place because the place we were supposed to book was all full. So what do you think? How did I do?
You did great. You did great. It's like we're living in a prison block. I feel so safe. Nothing can hurt us tonight.
It's just like concrete blocks, flat, nothing in sight, no trees, nothing. It's just come and park. And I think we have the smallest vehicle here. Like everyone has these giant setups, Starlink, like trailers, and we're just like, yep, just this tiny van. We sleep in the back. Let's rock up for dinner.
I feel judged. I am judged.
I know. I genuinely do feel judged.
Yeah. Look at them in their high ace van. Martha, I'm not having it. I'm not sleeping next to the poor. Call campsite security. Surely they're not allowed to sleep here. That's disgusting. I'm telling you, this stuff is not as funny as you think it is. You just had a lot of beer.
No, I had one.
You had 4 beers.
That equal one.
Alright.
Keep that face though. We just came to the camp kitchen to make my sleepy time tea for the night, and look what we saw on the door.
Disc golf is here somewhere, and I will find it. I will call reception in the morning and find it.
10 a.m. in the morning, we're gonna be gone.
Shit.
But we have our own discs, so if we find the baskets, that's all we need. It said it's next to the camp kitchen. What are the chances that we end this road trip the same way we started it?
The sport of
I was like, why is he staring like that at the door? I thought you were just being awkward because all the people were inside.
This is the grassy knoll. I'm on the grassy knoll. Why does no one respect the noble art of disc golf?
Gone all the way over there to look for the disc with his clothes for his shower. You can't make this up. You guys, you can't make this up. He's so disappointed he can't find it. He's still going. He's left the park. As we are looking for the disc golf, we were standing here. This is another anthill. So we said we must be near it. We must be near the disc golf because that is a pile of ants.
Nothing gets ants going like the sport of disc golf. The excitement, the thrill, flying discs. It's got everything ants want. Good morning. Tea time. So the Canberra Caravan Park. We had a very nice sleep here. Very, very nice sleep here. It was good to plug into a powered slide. The slab was completely flat. It's a very nice caravan park. It is very methodical, calculated, clean, metallic. It has got absolutely everything that you need, and everything that you need is high quality and brand new. Having said that, it's a little bit lifeless. I don't know what to mean by that. It doesn't seem like much of a family park. I think in a way that like the big fours have a playground or a pool or a games room. This doesn't have that. This has got everything that you need laid out cleanly, neatly, methodically, and that's great. It makes for a great stay, a great overnight stay. But it just doesn't have that family holiday park vibe very much to it. And then on top of that, the people here. This is nothing against the people, and I might be projecting a little bit here, but they've all got big, beautiful rigs, great 4-wheel drive camper vans, big white, there's a tour bus here. And every time me and Jamie walk around and go anywhere, especially when we pulled up next to the neighbours yesterday in our little Toyota Hi-Ace handmade camper van, there was a look. And there's a look that we have been receiving consistently since we have been here, a look that sort of implies that our $21 for the campsite is different to their $21 for the campsite. Like I said, I don't know, maybe I'm projecting, but this is definitely one of those places where it does what you need it to do, efficiently, cleanly. The one thing I will say is that it has lied about its disc golf course. Maybe it hasn't lied, maybe I'm losing my mind a little bit, but we're surrounded by a metal fence on all sides of this park. There is one oval adjacent to the camp kitchen. I have wandered through that oval endlessly and I'm yet to find a single disc golf ring. But hey, you've got to have something to live for. The search goes on. Looks like the lights are timed or I've set them off. No, the Canberra Caravan Park, it's definitely a really good place to stay in the city of Canberra if you have a caravan and you don't want to pay for a hotel room or a quest room or a motel room. You could just plug in and your rig could just run for days. It was awesome. Like, we've woken up 100% battery, freshly showered. It's great. It's great. What else could you ask for? I'm just sitting here drinking my coffee, reading the news as one does in the morning, and I saw an article talking about how Canberra has been infested with these scarab beetles because of the mix of the hot weather and the rain. There are hundreds of thousands of them clogging up people's homes. They're everywhere. Makes a lot of sense. We have noticed them absolutely everywhere. The toilet block here is inundated with them. It's a wonderful time of the year, spring, isn't it? Wonderful time of the year.
Good morning. Another rainy day. Just outside of Canberra. We are getting ready to get on the road. We're hoping to see a lookout today. The weather has different things in mind, so we'll see how this goes. If you're wondering why I'm wearing the same clothes, it's because I only have so many warm things and it's raining, okay? My raincoat doesn't work, alright? I washed up, it's just the same clothes. Alright, get over it. Let's go. Ever since we stepped foot in Canberra, we've just said over and over, like, the city is in the bush. There's city and then there's bunnies. There's city and then there's a sign for a high accident kangaroo zone because there's such dense, thick forest right next to the city, like right on the outskirts of the city. It's just mind-blowing to feel so far out there but so near a city as well. Like a McDonald's and then like bushland for as far as the eye can see.
But it's like, it's an underground drive-through car park CBD McDonald's. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not like a bush McDonald's. It's like we don't have room for this McDonald's. We have to tuck it in a car park underground in the CBD. But not 10 minutes later, there's kangaroo warning signs and you're in the thickest scrub that we've driven through. Like, this looks like any regional area that we've driven through.
And I was just looking at city buildings.
We're 10 meters up from the War Memorial.
Honestly, this might feel similar to someone that lives on the west coast of the US. I would imagine that, you know, cities like Vegas that are out in the desert and then like this city just appears. It would almost feel like that. I don't know. I've never been to Vegas, but in Boston, like, you go 10 minutes out of the city and it's still like an urban area. Like, you go 20 minutes out of the city, it's still like, it's populated. You don't feel like you're out in the bush, like out in country town, like, you know, out in the sticks. Like, you don't really get that feeling, but here it just really feels like that. And so we were just talking about like what that would be similar to in the US.
In any direction, it feels like a city that is truly just been made out in the bush somewhere
It's
to
really
serve
cool,
its
though.
purpose.
It's really cool. Like, I don't know, it feels unique. All right, we are venturing over to the lookout, but it's so stormy and windy up here. The raincoats are back on, even though mine just doesn't work. Adrian! Whoa! This is... I can't believe we almost left without coming here.
I know.
We did it! We did it! We made it to Canberra in our van!
We did. Through all of the weather. Rain, hail, shine,
A heat wave.
thunderstorms.
Our van turned into a sauna.
Yeah, literally.
Like, it looks amazing now, and it's overcast and cloudy, right?
House.
That's the one that was
We did it, mate.
People are doing their morning runs up to this mountaintop, walking their dogs. Seems like a very big part of the community, and I can see why. An American? Yeah, you know what? An American named Walter was awarded first prize in the International Design Competition for the new federal capital of Canberra. You're welcome, Australia. You're welcome.
So Griffith planned the entire city that when you're standing here, the whole city is encapsulated with this waterline in the living area, and then the two roads on each side of the river that point straight towards Capitol Hill, and then they meet right at Parliament House, which is where the spoke in the flag is. So you stand up here and the whole city sort of opens up to you, opens up wide, which you can see on this road here, and this road here, and then meets at the river, and then darts back in towards the city. So if you stand here, you'll see it.
Well, I don't know if you'll see it through the clouds and rain, but...
See how it opens up here, and then you got the bridge there and the bridge there, and they shoot right back towards the Capitol. This view is where he came up with his idea for the city.
That's cool.
Yeah.
A great inspiration point.
Yeah, isn't it?
I've planned a city not like any other city in the world. I've planned it not in a way that I expected any government authorities in the world would accept. I've planned an ideal city, a city that meets my ideal of the city of the future.
This is how it looked when he saw it from this view. The empty plains and the farmland. These walking tracks circle the Aboriginal land that was Canberra.
Oh my goodness.
That was wet.
I'm drenched. This is with my raincoat on. So yeah, we're drenched.
Hell of a lookout though.
Still worth it.
Hell of a lookout.
I would go back and do that again if we had to.
I'm really happy that we found that location. That was a lucky see.
Yeah. The views are awesome.
Yeah. And it's, I didn't know, not only is it a lookout, but it's essentially the story of the creation of the city.
Yeah. That's where you got the inspiration from it.
Yeah.
It was really cool. That's what we were wanting.
Yeah.
And we got it on the last day. Okay. We gotta go get warm indoors before we head off. My leggings, I might as well not be wearing pants. This is just drenched through. Time to blast the heat.
Yep.
Big shout out to our fellow American, Walter, for these amazing views.
And what better way to honor our boy Walter than to go to a cafe named after him?
Let's go. Whew. The rain's still hitting. Dun, 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 We're standing outside the cafe after we just ate, and I'm getting some B-roll, and Doug's standing behind me and goes, "Oh, someone descaled a fish here." And I said, "I think they're flower petals." And he goes, "Oh, that makes much more sense."
It does make way more sense. Especially with the bags of happy wedding Sarah and Jacob everywhere.
Why would someone descale a fish outside of these restaurants?
Well, fresh seafood, you know?
What are your thoughts right now?
So what are you doing?
I'm working, I'm filming, and you're just staring at me like, what are you doing?
But we've got so many shots of wet leaves.
The audacity! I'm out here trying to get good shots for you, and he's looking at me like, what are you doing? I'm YouTubing. What are you doing? Standing here looking like a fool.
I'm trying to get us to the... That's what we're meant to be YouTubing next. If you're standing in the rain with a not waterproof camera, it's getting drenched, being like, oh, look at this wet leaf. What are you doing?
I'm getting the wet leaf. Leave a leaf in the comments if you appreciate my wet leaf shots. Whew.
Do you know it's raining out there, guys?
Did you guys appreciate my little leaf?
Raining.
I know, but that's the detailed shots, okay? You gotta appreciate the close-up detailed shots that set the scene for the rainy day that we are experiencing.
It's good. It's honestly.
You know what? Honestly, you can tell one of us is doing the work here.
It's nice that it is raining after all the hot weather that we've had. It's actually very, very refreshing. It's really nice.
And
This is Jamie when she has a lot of caffeine, by the way.
And I captured it. What? You think I don't record leaves when I haven't had caffeine? That matcha was so good.
What do you think
So
about
now that I have more caffeine.
Oh, Jesus God.
So Walter Cafe is right on the edge of the lake, and right next to it is Marion Cafe or Bistro. I don't know the exact name, but Walter Griffin's wife's name was Marion. So it's so cute that they have these like adjoining restaurant cafes next to each other, and they've named it after them. Oh my God. So it was just like the perfect morning, going to the lookout and then coming to this cafe. Walter's is a must. The location, spot on. I love that this little spot by the water has more than one cafe, restaurant. Like, you have options around this whole lake to like go to different cafes that have water views. It's very reminiscent of like South Wharf in Melbourne, or like Docklands area where it has all like the bars and restaurants, or even South Wharf in Boston. Why can't I say Wharf? South Wharf in Boston. There's all the restaurants and stuff as well. The only thing is, especially like in Boston, they have like fancy seafood restaurants and stuff. Like, the price reflects the location. Here, we were like, the price is just the normal cafe that you would find out in any suburb in Melbourne. Like, it didn't feel like it had that like hiked up city tourist location price. So it was pretty reasonable. It was like $30 each for lunch, but we did get a specialty coffee.
And extras. We got hash browns and bacon.
We got extras as well. Yeah. Like, I feel like in Melbourne that would be like close to $80.
Yeah, I agree. Food wise as well, delicious. Like, delicious. The potatoes, the garlic, the bacon, the bread. It was all landing absolutely perfectly. So it was great view, great food, great price, and then the staff as well was super friendly. Our waitress was very friendly, but not only that, just the bloke at the desk, everyone that was moving around the restaurant. Vibes were up for everybody in there.
I really liked that it felt very elevated. Like, when you walk in, you're expecting the menu to be very expensive. And so I looked at the menu before. Doug hadn't. So when you walked in, were you like?
I was like, oh,
you're like, what did she pick?
Yeah, I was like, here goes $120. Yeah, $150 maybe. Yeah. I was
Were you annoyed at me?
No, I wasn't annoyed. I was just like, oh, okay. I guess we're celebrating the end of Canberra. Like, we're celebrating.
No, I looked at the menu.
Yeah.
But I had looked at the menu, but the pictures I didn't look too much into.
Yeah.
I saw like one picture that it was overlooking water, and that was enough for me. The menu was decent price, so I was like, okay. And
so
then
what did you think?
When I walked in, I was like, are we in the wrong area? Like,
yeah.
I was like, well, what the heck? This is so nice.
Instead of bacon and egg roll was $16.
Yeah, it's just so nice. It's so elevated. Like, just the touches and the decor. They did such a good job. And like he was saying, the staff was very memorable, very friendly, chatty, and making jokes with us about how we didn't have an umbrella.
Yeah, oh, great.
And then they made animals on our matcha, and it just made my day. I got the cat, and he got a panda. The hash brown. Let's get into the hash brown. So, what? Why are you laughing at me?
The way you said that. Let's get into the hash brown. Here we go. 20-minute hash brown breakdown.
S-tier hash brown. All right? Top of the tier list. Okay, the only way I can describe it is like, it's like, anyway, the only way I can describe it is like crunchy outside, soft like mashed potato on the inside. So if you're looking for like that crunchy inside of a hash brown, this ain't it. If you like mashed potatoes and garlic and buttery deliciousness, say less. This is for you, okay? It was so good. And like, normally I wouldn't be like, yeah, I want mashed potatoes in my breakfast, but if it's in this, I want it. I want it. Sign me up 3 times in a row.
That's why I can't put it as an S-tier hash brown, because it wasn't.
And that's the end of the review.
It was a good hash brown. It was a damn good hash brown.
It's innovative.
But it wasn't really a hash hash brown. Like if you're asking for a hash brown and they give you this bowl of mashed potato, it's delicious.
Yeah, but this is the thing. You don't even have a really wide palette of hash brown experience.
What do you mean? I've had
Like
Melbourne
your
hash browns.
resume?
I've had those pulled hash browns. I've had the gridded hash browns. I've had
Yeah,
a lot
but
of
you
different
haven't had like home fries. Like your experience, your hash brown resume is very short.
I just described 4 different types
Yeah,
of hash
but
browns.
I don't think you
How many
really
kinds of
know.
hash brown are there?
Exactly. Someone that has an extensive resume with hash browns would not be asking that question. That is a rookie
I don't
question.
think you can put mashed potato as an S tier hash brown.
Yes, you can.
Potatoes in all forms. Drop a potato emoji in the comments. There's gonna be so many emojis in the comments. I said leave a leaf emoji, now leave a potato emoji, and I'm pretty sure we said leave a llama emoji.
I think that was for the last. Oh, was that for this one? Man, this episode's a long one, isn't it, guys?
All right. We have one more thing to do that we could not leave Canberra without doing. So let's get into it and stop talking about potatoes. Because we have a 4-hour drive back to the border today. Believe it or not, this is where we saw some bunnies. Right in the middle of the city.
Investigate water contact, and that as a result, Australia is also war.
We just wrapped up at the Australian War Memorial, and all I have to say is that was so well put together. Our friends, when we told them we were going to Canberra, they were like, put it on your list. It is a must see. Like, do not leave without seeing it. So we made sure on our way out we stopped in, and honestly we spent about an hour in there, and we could have spent way more.
Oh yeah, I feel like we had to race through it to get through it at an hour's pace. There is so much to see in there. It is so good at visually, not just visually, almost in every way, walking you through the stories of all of the great battles in Australian history. And I mean walking you through it because at some points it is an immersive experience. And it's not just stand there and look at a diorama. It does get very immersive at points. So they do a great job at just walking you through the timeline of great historic Australian battles and all of Australia at war.
Yeah, everything was so well preserved in there. The layout, it was very impressive. And we've gone to the Shrine of Remembrance one in Melbourne, and we thought that one was set up great, but this one is
Another level.
it's another level.
Yeah, of course, the views from there, the whole thing is just very aesthetically pleasing, and you do get that straight shot look all the way at Parliament House. It really does encapsulate Canberra very, very well. So yeah, if you are coming to Canberra, make sure to check out the Australian War Memorial. Hauntingly good.
That officially caps off our Canberra road trip and our 24 hours in Canberra. If this is your first episode, make sure to go back and watch where this road trip started back in Melbourne, because it's been a journey. And when I say a journey, the weather has been a journey.
The weather has given us everything from 30-degree days to hailing to 30-degree days. But the entire road trip has been incredibly fun. I love the fact that we've gone out, done some camping, seen some wild campsites that we didn't get to stay at because it got so hot that we ran out of fuel, but then also discovered how comfortable a quick caravan park lodging can be. You know, I'd never stayed in one of those caravan park trailer things.
Yeah, and now we've stayed in a couple of them.
And they're so helpful on the road.
I don't know, we had a mental battle justifying the price, but after the fact we were like, we made the right choice. Like, I don't know, I feel like going into it we're like, oh, like, are we copping out? Like, should we just push through? But we wouldn't have been able to like keep going with the filming, and it was just too much, like the exhaustion, and then like it's just, we were miserable at one point because of the lack of sleep we were getting, and it's just not safe to be driving like that these long hours and stuff. So we did what was safe.
But I love that the last night in the van was like perfect. The weather was cool, we had the doors open, the breeze was coming through.
It almost like justified everything. I was like, okay, we're not being a bunch of babies, like we're having a fun time in the van right now. I was like, are we just over van life? I thought that at one point, because I'm like, are we just over it? And then when we were in the van last night, I'm like, no, we're not over it. This is amazing.
It was just 30 bloody degrees.
It was just, but it really played with our mind there.
Yeah.
And what emoji should you leave? We've already said a million emojis
There's a
in
million
this
ones.
video.
This is going to be a big episode. The last episode is going to be a big one.
Yeah.
Drop your favorite emoji at the end if you made it all the way to the end of this
No.
video.
No, we're going to leave a special emoji for the end. If you made it to the end of this video, like this video is not a short video. So let's...
An Australian flag for the Australian capital.
Yeah. Or a kangaroo.
A kangaroo.
All right, if you've made it to the end of this series, the end of this video, this very moment, whatever the timestamp right now, drop a kangaroo emoji in the comments. Because then we'll know.
Capital.
We'll know. You're a real one, okay? And everyone else, if you already dropped an emoji earlier in the video, you can drop a second one. It's fine. It's fine, okay? We love you for it.
Final thought. I bloody love Canberra, the city.
Yes.
It's a great city. Really do. Really enjoy it. People are super friendly. The environment is very clean. It's very aesthetic. I thought maybe at sometimes it'd be overpriced. It isn't overpriced.
From what we've seen.
From what we've seen in our
we've spent
short
24 hours.
I may have given the Caravan Park a little bit of grief or a little bit of gentle ribbing at how methodically and medically clean it was and how perfectly everything was laid out, but it just made for a really clean environment. It was just a nice environment.
We already said we would stay there again.
Yeah,
did you talk to them about the people?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, yep.
I wasn't there for that, obviously, but yeah, it was, the characters were there, the characters that were there were interesting, and who knows, it could just be this one night that we stayed. We don't know. We only stayed for the one night. I would stay there again.
Yep. I'll have to come back to Canberra because I'm yet to disc golf in this beautiful city, so...
With that, thank you so much for watching. Consider subscribing, and we have a bunch of other series, so if you want to see our faces on your screen and you don't want to wait till our next video, go watch one of the videos in the playlist.
Socks for the next
I'm
2
taking my
hours.
socks soaked
It's all gotta
socks.
dry. Everything's got to dry.
I just walked around that museum for an hour with soaking wet feet. Guys, we're doing a giveaway. As our last series comes to an end, I just want to say thank you to everyone who has been here with us on this ride over the last few years. We hope it was a fun one, and we wish you all the best.